What's up, world? It's the Mighty San Quinn. Welcome to the Hustle Continues podcast. I'm in here with...
Yes, sir. It's Wayne Hayes. And once again, it gives us great honor and privilege to bring somebody super impactful from the culture, from the community to our show. Welcome to the show, hip-hop icon and motivational cat, Stunnaman02.
Stunnaman02.
Yeah. We outside, man. I'm with the legends, man. Come on,
and
man.
we still
winning. Come on, man.
All right. Listen, man.
How y'all feeling?
Big stepping on there, son.
Listen, man, ever since when I heard the song, I recognized a hit, but it was when I came to see you within your content that really made me feel a way about what you was bringing to the table. And from that point on, you had gained a fan.
Oh, man, thank you. I appreciate
Pause,
you.
like you would say.
Yeah, you got to put it on pause sometimes.
Yeah, you know, like somebody that just was encouraged by what you was doing.
It's cool to be a fan, though. I'm a fan of a lot of people.
Right, that's true. That's true.
Supporter.
I was a supporter.
Some of them niggas can never be fans of nothing but us. You know, we love people, but we support you. Don't never think that we not.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
And so with that being said, the mantra of the Hustle Continues podcast is resilience. Somebody that has started on a journey but never quit, whether that's in life, in music, in business, and that's important. So I want you to tell us about your journey. We're gonna just talk about music right now, but I want to take us on the journey and tell us two important pivotal times where the average person would have quit.
Oh man, let's work backwards. Let's start right now. You know, like I'm in a very great position, but also I'm in a very interesting position in terms of my musical career. I got something that put people on alert. We big stepping. You feel me?
Right.
The Niners rocking with it. Warriors rocking with it. It's national. I went to Michigan a month and a half ago, and when I was out there, they was like, oh, that song's on 2K. It's getting a recognition, and now I'm in that in-between zone of being like, okay, we kind of know about you, but what are you going to do to go to that next level?
What's next?
Exactly, and I feel like in a lot of people's careers, especially when you are a part of a hype of something, and when that hype maybe dies down, even though it might still penetrate, people still might gravitate to it. And sometimes, you know, it might be draining to some people. I know it was draining to me at points where you got people, you can't go nowhere without somebody stopping you. Everybody want to be around you, and then they might not see the vision of what's going on, or they might get exhausted and they might step back or step away. So I feel like that's a part of resilience right now in my career, to continue to go on after you eclipse something or achieve something or taste something and say, okay, how do I keep going from this? You know, how do I not get pigeonholed or just become one thing? You know what I'm saying? So that's a dope and interesting point. And then, you know, starting from the beginning, you know, just the beginning of life, you know, coming from where a lot of us come from. Due to, you know, I was just watching a video about this earlier. Due to the dismantling of the black family through welfare back from 1950s to the 1970s, when they had the man in the house rule and disrupting the black family, being a product of a single parent household raised by my mom and grandmother, thinking, okay, in my neighborhood, I got a great situation. You feel me? My parents is not on my caregivers is not on drugs. We got a place to live. I got food every day. I got clothes on my back. And when it comes to get for holidays, I get to enjoy these holidays. But it wasn't until I went to private school and I was in somebody's living room, and their living room was the size of my house, that I did not know that we came from struggle. It wasn't until I was in high school at Sacred Heart. And it was funny. Shout out Coach Wilson. I took this race and I think it was race and society class, something like that in high school. And then he was talking about me and my homie. We both from the city. You know, I grew up in Fillmore, moved to Hunters Point, and then my homie, he from the Point. And we both was like, you know, slightly sagging, not really too much. And he got mad. He was like, man, y'all sagging and whatnot. Here, y'all about to watch this show. He was good intention, because, you know, he wanted to show us what he viewed as poverty. So he put something on from Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? He showed us the conditions that they was living in. You know, people on drugs and everything. And in there, I didn't speak up during the time, but when I was in the classroom, it was funny. And I was like, in my head, I was like, damn. This is how one of my best friends grew up. This is how down the street from me, when we was in Hayes Valley at a point, when we was in all these different places, you know, these is the families that I seen. You know, some people, you know, not seeing their mom for 2 or 3 days because they don't know where she at. You know, and just situations like that. Even my grandmother being a product of that, you know, once being addicted to crack and then overcoming that. You know what I'm saying? I lost my uncle to overdose. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's an interesting situation. So I would just say that 2 points of that is the current state, you know, going to that next level and overcoming that adversity that is reaching some success and pushing forward and not getting too comfortable, not getting content, remaining grounded, not humble or hubris. And then also, you know, just the daily life of, you know, coming from a good place and a good home, but maybe not coming from the best socioeconomic background. You know what I mean? That was a long-winded answer, but I had to get into
Man,
it.
The
you know
nigga smart than a motherfucker, ain't he?
man.
The nigga articulate, man.
I'm surrounded by two
Come on,
geniuses.
man. Come on,
Another
man.
one behind the camera.
Come
Another
on,
one right
style,
there.
man. Hey, articulate. Look,
Come
this
on, man.
game don't stop, man. You feel what I'm saying? You got all kind of.
Ain't no game like Frisco.
No game.
Oh, yeah.
That was the answer.
Yeah, exactly. I
Just spread it out to say Frisco.
Yeah, it's all the same thing.
That answer was probably an answer that I was looking for rather than a short answer. It sounds like to me one of the things that is different from your upbringing than my upbringing is that early you had a taste of balance, like
Stability.
Sure.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
You was able to talk about being in a household that they were able to somehow find a path for you to be in private school.
Facts.
So that took hard work, discipline on whoever your caregiver was.
Moms and grands.
When I was on the other spectrum of that, and you know, fell in that other category,
Yeah.
but my academic acumen would put me in gifted programs. I learned how to speak Filipino.
Oh,
you
that's
know.
raw. You know what I'm saying? Tagalog. Hey,
and
punta gadito. Hey,
Yeah.
maganda. Hey.
But I was using
Salamat.
the space of education
Yeah.
as a nurturing space.
Nah, for
you know
sure.
what I mean?
Well, that's what it
I'ma
is.
Eat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna be able to have some other opportunities.
Who had the food?
Like acting. Who
Who
the
had the food?
Filipino class.
The Filipino class
Yeah,
had the food?
because I could have went to
What alarm
regular.
is this? See, we supposed to hit push-ups right now. I'm gonna skip it right now. But you- nah,
Hit your push-ups.
the only reason I'm not doing it
Hit the push-up.
is because I'm in a boot. And last time I tried to do it,
okay.
yeah, that's the only reason that it hurt my foot. Hold on, we could probably still bust down. Fuck it, we're gonna hit it.
No, don't do that.
Nah,
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
hit it.
yeah,
All right,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Let's stay on. Let's
Let's
stay
stay on
on
topic.
He like to
But
do
you know, you
so-
gotta have that
What's up,
discipline.
Devon?
You know what I'm saying?
So
Dubons.
give me a shout out Dubons. Give me 2 misconceptions that people might have of Stunnaman02.
That's a hard thing because I really don't care what people think about me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but if I was just to, you know, go into it, because I definitely want to answer that question. Probably a misconception is, damn, that's a good question. Nobody ever asked me that.
That's right.
I think, you know, I think maybe it's that I don't go through adversity or that every day is easy because I keep a positive mentality.
Keep a positive
Yeah, I
mentality.
got to. You know, like I think I go through the same thing. Shout out to that's my manager, Nate, right there.
know,
Nate
so
the
Nate.
Great, what's popping, man? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I face like, you know, the same things everybody goes through. Mood changes, I face adversity. I go through the same thing. I have my low moments, you know what I mean? But, you know, I feel like I built coping mechanisms to help deal with that. So I think, you know, one thing is that people never really see or hear me be low. But that's because, you know, I feel like I'm a person who's very social. You know what I'm saying? Like you was talking about the SQ. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of those people who, you know, I'm interacting with a lot of people. So I spend I have a lot of solitude. You know what I'm saying? I spend a lot of time with myself recharging. So
That's good.
so
Meditate.
You got to, you know what I'm saying? Whatever form that is, whether that's praying, whether that's working out, whether that's just chilling sometimes, watching some TV or whatever it is.
Love on yourself, son.
Exactly, you got to.
I do it. I go get away from everybody like it's mandatory. Even 50 minutes don't bother me at all.
Exactly.
Just let me think. Let me get my mind together. Because
Okay.
your kids be pecking at you and shit like that, you know.
So that was one.
Yeah.
That you don't go through low points. Give me another misconception.
You don't reveal your low points.
Exactly, you know what I'm
on
saying?
social media.
And I feel like, you know, it come from a point of, you know, coming from where we come from, you know.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we come from an environment to where it's very strong, but the way you become strong is, you know, sometimes if you come out and display a certain type of vulnerability, you know, we get sometimes our neighborhood makes you stronger.
Niggas gonna attack that
Exactly,
till you stop
know what I'm
acting
saying?
like that.
Exactly.
Or you gonna get up out of there or something like that. You won't be around them. You go somewhere. You be putting them tactics on somebody else. That's how
exactly.
filming is.
And you
Yeah.
don't want to be. I know me, like, I'm a shark. Or I have this bravado in me, but I don't want to live my life as a predator.
No.
I don't want to see, okay, how could I get this out of this person? How could I take advantage of this? I don't want to be a manipulator.
Yeah.
All I want to do is manipulate these words or manipulate a situation so everybody can have a good time or everybody can win.
In the growth of wellness and recovery, I learned a term called male role belief systems. Or you could change the word out from male role to cultural belief systems.
Yeah.
Many of the belief systems that we grow up and become acclimated to are wrong.
Facts.
Right.
Yeah, now they are though.
And it's only until you get other exposure, have different mentors, maybe go to a private school.
Like how he did.
Right.
Exactly. I'm
Or,
thankful.
in my opinion, have some recovery. Then I was able to dissect recovery and create my own curriculum. But the point is, many of the belief systems are wrong. So you have to embark on your own journey and find out the right ones, and then incorporate them in your life today.
Yeah, everybody's
'cause
shit is different.
One of the male role belief system is crying, or to be able to show your emotions that way. What you crying for? You
little punk.
cry baby. You
little punk.
When,
Quit crying.
when in fact God wouldn't have created the tear ducts
If he
here
was not supposed
if
to
he
cry.
wasn't supposed to cry.
Definitely
you know what
are.
I mean?
And it's crazy. That's definitely a display of cause and effect because many people don't know that males commit suicide, I think the most in America, if I'm not mistaken. But like, you know, and that being the case, cause is, you know, you're not able to have outlets to express how you feel.
Absolutely.
Or you live into these societal roles that, you know, it might not be the best for you. I saw something dope today. You know, Ocho Cinco was talking about his fiance that she gave him a prenup because he's a stay-at-home dad. But think if he was trained to believe societal norms to where you're an ex-professional athlete, you need to be the breadwinner. And he like, nah, I'm with a woman that I love that is the breadwinner. I'm the stay-at-home dad. That might cause a psychological ripple effect that might cause him to be depressed or not want to live.
He didn't know himself. If
So-
he
Exactly.
know himself.
So when you said, so she's the breadwinner, so she gave him a
prenup.
prenup that favored herself.
Exactly.
She must be getting
you know what I'm
recognized for this. She a doctor or something like that.
I don't know. I don't know what she is. I just literally saw it today. I was watching it, and he was talking about it. He was like, I like to stay home and play video games and hang out with the kids.
Oh, she gave him one, but particularly because of what he was doing in his life.
That's the
Exactly,
difference
so-
between nowadays and back. See how I said a doctor? See, when we was growing up, it was a doctor, a lawyer. Now you can have a YouTube content and go, hi, bye, hi, and have $200,000
Man,
in the bank. a year.
ice cream so good. You know what I'm saying?
I
Shout out to
swear.
Piggy Dog.
All right,
Where you
listen,
at, look, man?
I like the way this is going, but I'm sure there's some people out there that would be interested to know, how did you get started in music?
Oh man, it's longer than me. My first interaction is a story that my mom told me. She said I was at Lake Merritt. I was probably like 2 years old. She said we was at the lake, and she said it was a cool event, but it was kind of dry. She said I got up. They started playing music. I got up and started dancing like I was a baby, and then they put me in the newspaper. So I feel like it's older than me. It's the rhythm. And then from there, I was in this program called ACE they had in Fillmore. All the kids in Fillmore was called African Cultural Enrichment. Really gave me knowledge of self. Best program I was in. And there we learned not only capoeira, we learned how to play the drums, and also we learned African dancing. So it just taught me about rhythm and vibration. So from there, I started writing poetry, and by, you know, you being around the homies, you know, we come from a neighborhood where it's normal just to have incorporate your vernacular with the gift of gab. So
Right.
you know, I wasn't very outspoken in certain situations and scenes, or if I was comfortable, I would be. But growing up, I was more like, okay, let me observe this situation. I was chilling, I was quiet until I came of age. Had to get out my comfort zone by moving to Hunters Point at 11, and had to develop a personality and kind of like another part of myself to project who I am, and that is where Jordan Gomes turned into Jay Stunna, and then eventually Stunnaman02. You know what I'm saying? All in the process from being 11 to 13 years old.
Yeah.
So in that mix, you feel me? We used to do things recording on the phone in Hunters Point. We was on Garlington.
Right.
My homie Silk Drizzle, my homie DB, homie Wayne, we created this group, which is the foundation of what Still Winning is. It was Budget. We used to throw parties, keep it lit.
That's your boys in the video doing the dances with you?
For the most part, yeah. So all the people.
What did you say?
Like
Budget?
It's an acronym for all of our names that we created on the neighborhood or a block that was right up the street from Garlington. So if you're in Hunters Point, right before you go to Garlington and Commerce Court, you come up that hill, the 4-4 run up on, and it's like a neighborhood. It's like pink. It's hella colorful. That's right next to it. So like if you in Hunters Point, this is like, I call San Francisco a Rubik's Cube because depending on the way you twist and turn, you get a different outcome. So right next to public housing, you got people who own houses, and then you got another type of kind of like townhouses that's like public houses, but people can buy those. You know what I'm saying? And for us, that was the epitome of who we were at the time. We was from this neighborhood. We was from this situation, but we as athletes, we wanted more. I'm bringing them. I got a scholarship for my academics to go to a private school. I'm bringing my friends, and they like, damn, we didn't know this existed. So we see these houses right by the hood. We used to go kick it with these young ladies. Shout out to Ashley, Omisha, Trinae, young ladies that helped save our lives.
Hustle Continues podcast, man. Danny Ali. Do your thing, baby.
This is Danny Ali, and you watching The Hustle Continues. Yes, sir.
Welcome back. This segment of the Hustle Continues podcast is sponsored by Royal Retro.
Royal Retro.
The leader in throwbacks.
Leader in throwbacks.
As you can see, we got the merch. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate...
you ain't got to search?
We appreciate Dustin and the people at Royal Retro for holding us down. So if you want some authentic-looking throwbacks from all sports genres, go to royalretro.com.
I'm finna come with that Joe Barry Carroll.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the Joe.
That Joe Barry Carroll, man. I'm finna come with that Joe Barry Carroll from Royal Retro. The OG
man, we
Warrior.
got the San Francisco Seals. We got the San Francisco other
the Giants.
Giants.
He got the throwbacks.
I got the Deion Sanders, the black. Oh man.
You know it's 20 years later. Everything comes in cycles, man.
And we have the our jackets.
And basically we dipped in butter, and we want you to be dipped in butter. So get at us, man.
Yeah.
Royal
Tap
Retros,
in.
Hustle Continues. We got the clothes.
Drop a comment where you at so we can make sure that we get to y'all with the brands. Come on, man. Whatever city, state, country.
And we back. We still talking to one of the winningest cats that I know personally. You know what I'm saying? Stunnaman02. He was lacing us about how we talking about the music journey and you and your partners. Y'all go ahead.
So the foundation of what Still Winning was BIJIP. It's an acronym of our names: Brandon, Austin, Wayne, Jordan, Papa. And that came from us, having a camaraderie and protecting each other. San Quinn talked about when he was 14, he was getting beat up, jumped by the project kids, because when you don't have a tribe that you a part of, when you out there by yourself, and usually any situation you go through, from college all the way to prison, you feel me? When you that person that could stand alone, people might not like that, but people try to pick at that. So, we came together for survival, and it ended up making us thrive. And, we founded this in between a balanced neighborhood, So, and I was saying in San Francisco, it's a Rubik's Cube. So we lived in public housing, but right next to that was houses that people own, and up the street with that was like an in-between where it was townhouses similar to the public housing, but you could own these houses, you could buy a stake in it. So these young ladies, shout out to these beautiful black queens, we always used to go kick it with them in their neighborhood, and we just founded it right there because, we wanted to be something different. And from there, we used to record music on our phones, and then we went to Freedom West with our young homie Mac Jesse B.
Yeah.
You feel me? And he was the first person who had all the equipment. He had the laptop, making beats. He had the mics. He was just out there chilling. You know what I'm saying? So, but he had already made music with Roach Giggs, Lil Forte. Whoever was rapping in the Mo, he was already on it at 13, 14 years old. So one time we was in the house.
Prodigy.
Man, the truth. Still to this day, he one of the rawest rappers. We was just in the studio last Sunday. You feel me? So
Freedom West kick out some good rappers. J Mance, Eddie Mo, Jay Lee, that Code, the $1 Million Team.
Like y'all feel me? Great rappers.
Film on shit.
And so then from there, we was just chilling. They was like, Stunner, you got to get on the track. And my homie Papa said that, and I was like, nah. They was like, come on. So I wrote something, put it down. I thought it was weak, but then we put the song out, and everybody loved it.
Right.
So then from there, we dropped another song, and then my thing I really enjoyed to do was like we freestyling at the lunch table. Put that grinding beat on. You feel me?
Right.
That boom.
And they grind in.
What y'all know about that? Y'all know about that grinding beat? Come on, man.
I know about
Clips,
it.
right?
Yep, exactly. So, and then from there, I'll be rapping on there, but then it propelled, like we'd go outside to like a function, or an event, and then we'd be amongst everybody, our friends that we didn't go to school with, just reconnecting, and then we'd be doing that and rapping, and then people would challenge me. So I would battle people, you feel me? It kind of built that competition, and from there, I just kept doing it. Like, then I ended up going to school in New Orleans, the same school G-Eazy graduated from at Loyola before my time, and I was just surrounded by people who did it professionally. So when I came back, we dropped the project, and one of the songs went viral kind of before it was viral. This young lady, her name is Pookie Boo, she posted it on Vine, and I said a line about Beyonce, and it went up, had hella views, and I was like, I might have something right here, hold on. So then I just stuck with it, eventually got serious with it in 2017, you know what I'm saying, dropped a video on Instagram, people was love it, and then I never looked back. And then every year I just kept grinding, kept working, you know what I mean?
So you see, this stuff, that overnight sensation stuff,
It's bullshit.
It's bullshit.
Man.
Don't nothing come overnight but the sun and the moon, huh?
Exactly.
I guarantee you, when
And that's been here longer than us.
Yeah.
the majority of the time, when you look into someone's trajectory and career and what it is that they're doing, they spent at least 3 or 4 years before you became a fan.
Under
know
the
what
dirt.
I mean?
The people want to know the process. What is your process of putting together a song?
Oh man, I got different processes. So over the time, before it was just go in the studio or write or have something prepared, you know what I mean? Or usually write to a beat at home. But as I got into developing what I call like my studio comfortability, you develop different ways to record. So in 2016, 2017, my method was, go to the studio or write before like anybody else. But then I started working with more artists from like Atlanta or
Punch in.
Exactly. So, it's interesting, like right before I started working with them, up until like 2019, my process was, okay, I'm gonna write everything, I'm gonna pen it down. But then I started, hustling. I started working hard as possible. When you get some traction, in 2019, I had 3 different songs playing on KMEL, and this was like, it just in that slot where they play like, oh, we got this is the local music that's going up.
This is before your breakout record?
This is before Big Steppin'. So my first song I got on the radio was Talk About It. Shout out to DJ Black Mark. That was the first song I dropped solo. I went to New York after the day it dropped. I was out there with some young ladies having fun, and I was just
BTS?
Yep.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was putting all the young lady people from New York on with it. When I came back, I pushed. Big Steppin' is literally me adding to experiments I did. Talk About It was the first record that I pushed every day. Like I'm talking about every time I get a chance to tell somebody about it, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, or I'm posting this. I had my first merchandise I pressed up was Talk About It. You know what I'm saying? Because it was associated to the song. You know what I mean? So I pushed that song for like 8 months, all the way until I performed it in front of Black Mark. And he was like, give me a clean version so I could play it on the radio. So shout out to him, another dude from Freedom West.
Yeah,
so that was
DJ Black Mark.
Shout out to Black Mark. So that was the first one. Then during this time, I was fortunate enough to get casted to be in a movie role, Last Black Man in San Francisco. So that was a dope process. So when this movie came out, the same week it came out, I graduated college, but also I ended up dropping a song called Out That Window. Yeah. So Out That Window came out, and that was, Talk About It was like the first song I kept pushing, and it got to like, okay, people rock with this, is dope. Out That Window was the first song where people was like, oh, okay, you really busting, you feel me? It put people on alert. That's when people was like, I was having shows, but that's when somebody was like, oh, I need to pay you for a verse. Or, oh, I need to get you at a show. That was like, okay, so that one got on the radio. And then during this time, I made a feature with Frisco Philly B and our Asian partner who was hella dope at the time called All Night. And then me and Quake Beats, we dropped another song called Slow Mo. And I was like, man, Quake, it was originally supposed to be on a project that we was making, but I was like, Quake, timing-wise, I think we just need to put it out. And we put it out, it's going to gravitate, so it got on there. So during this period, before Big Steppin', before anything, I was gaining some traction. So everything was pinned up. But you know, when you gain traction, everybody wants you to be there. Come out here, come pop out here. You be around women more, you get more opportunities. So you know, I was enjoying life. I didn't have as much time, as much solitude to chill and write. Hey man, turn that phone off, bro. You better put that on silent mode. Would you? Hey bro, come on, Demo. What's going on, man? We telling life-changing stories right here, man. The greater StunnaMan might see this, or Stunna woman, Stunna girl. Somebody gonna see this. They need this inspiration and motivation.
Put that thing on airplane mode,
Yeah,
man.
what the heck?
I had to highlight, please.
Man, he
You know
just
your
popping.
fire ski.
But basically, you know, I got to a point where, you know, I had so much going on, and I just remember Lil Wayne talking about in the middle. He's like, "I don't write because I ain't got time." So you know, me and Quake had came together, and we was like, man, we want to make a timeless project. So I wrote 2 songs, went to the studio, recorded them, and then when I was leaving, you know what I'm saying, he played what was Big Steppin'. And like it felt like I was in a time warp. Grabbed the door, I couldn't leave the room, and I just heard the melody, and then I started just humming the melody like and then I came in every single line we punched in, like we made sure like every line had the right vocal inflection,
Cadence.
Yeah, exactly. Cadence. I would say a line and I see his reaction. Like if he wasn't reacting to it, if I didn't laugh, I'd be like, "Oh, that was one of them ones." Or so it was a line we was like, dude got his hand out, but he got a bastard son. Now he got his hand, or something like that. Where I said I gave a bastard none, right? And then I was like, "How you feel about that line?" And somebody in the other room at the time was laughing, so I'm like, "Oh yeah, we got to put that in there because we wanted to get the reaction." You feel me? So I'm saying that to say, I got to shout out Nate too, because he one of the people who was like, "Stunna, you should go around the city like Junebug and go hit that dance that you was hitting in the video." And then I got to shout out CJ who here too, because he one of the people who shot the video. But getting back on topic, you know, that taught me the power of punching in. And just to explain that and articulate it and simplify it, when you write, I feel like you maximize the ability to make the most precise bars, or utilize, you know, as much creativity in terms of, you know, creating so many different type of word patterns and similes and metaphors from really writing. But I feel like if you get to a point where you write a lot, when you punch in, punching in, I would say in terms of lyrical precision, writing is up here. And if you write a lot, punching in, it might knock you down a level. But when you punch in, which I learned from writing, sometimes when you write and you memorize, you might have said something 1,000 times. So the energy or the inflection or how you might have said it the first time is not equate how you said it if you would have just been recording and you said, "Man, I'm with Quinn and the energy you put it on that first time." So I learned that when you write and you punch in, you might drop a level in terms of the pen, but in terms of the energy, your energy might be here from writing, but when you just punching in, your energy and the vibration that you capturing right there is at another level. And I didn't understand that until we did Big Steppin', and even after that, getting in the studio with Pee Wee Longway, or getting in the studio with these Detroit rappers and these people that aren't from here who got the frequency of what's going on right now, and they're majority of the time they're not going in and writing. They're either they going in and they catching these dude Young Let from, I think he's from Alabama, watching him go out, smoke real quick, and then go in there and just melodically just punch some stuff in. JR Bands, oh my God, watching him work.
Oh, the one out of Oakland.
Man,
He hard, huh?
Oh, but you gotta watch these. When you watch these people record, it's like, bro, when did you write that? He like, bro, it'd be all in here. So it's like, I never discourage people to write, but you know, my process has changed. Like some songs, you gotta write. I got a song called
Hey, hold on. Some of you niggas is can and you need to write.
Yeah, for
Some
sure.
of you niggas is can. I'm just telling you.
That's
Like,
real.
this nigga raw, but don't think.
Thank you. I
Don't think,
appreciate that.
nigga. You niggas is weak as fuck. I'm telling you. Mm.
Or oh yeah,
Right. So
I got you.
so
Pause.
so
I
for
got you.
me, so for me, the art of being a songwriter is part of an artist's development.
Facts.
That should not be left out.
Definitely not.
If I'm developing a new talent, I'm going to make sure the talent is aware how to properly construct a song, from intro, verse, chorus, if it has a bridge, and all of the main components. when you let's say if we're talking about whatever genre, because it's in rap and music. But when you get in a room of writers, there's things called top lining where the beat is playing and somebody just and then just the melody is dope, but then they'll pass that off to somebody who put the proper words. So writing gives you an ability to think through what you want. Either way it go, the ideas and the concepts are coming from the Most High. But when you because sometimes if I'm writing, I'll be like, God gave me that in that moment. Same way he gonna give it to you when you punching in. But punching in for me is just more abstract. It can be more abstract and it can be more spontaneous. And it'd be some shit you want to keep. So each of them have value, but don't miss out on the skill set that is songwriting.
Writing a song in the same words in the proper tense.
Exactly.
Where to put them, you know what I mean? When you write.
Or creating a story.
Yeah, creating a story.
And I lived in Atlanta for 6-7 years, so that was where I got exposed to it. You know, and sometimes, you know, there's different reasons why people do different shit.
Exactly.
Motherfucker might can't write.
Man, literally.
That's where a lot of it came from.
I know he is demonized a lot of times, but, you know, talking about R. Kelly, where he talk about, you know, he was illiterate.
Right.
And then the way he had to write songs is literally.
He was top lining.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, a lot of people is like that. Even think of maybe Stevie Wonder. How was Stevie Wonder?
How do you write?
You know what I'm saying? How does he write?
Or the repetitive.
Stevie ain't never seen nothing.
The repetitive pattern of the way.
They debating that right now.
The
They
way
say he might be able to see.
Is that right?
Yep.
I thought about him. He was singing a song about
Don't
stars.
forget
I'm
what
like,
you're
Stevie ain't never seen a motherfucking star.
The way they say Biggie.
Facts.
The way
They
they
can't
say
wait. Stevie shit is old
if
as hell.
they do, they'll put you in a position
Stevie.
where you can see some shadows and
Big
shit,
time.
and not necessarily the full detail.
Big shout out to Stevie Wonder, one of the greatest, if not the greatest, people to make music ever.
At some point, though, some part, depending on how you punch it in, can become writing like the Jay-Z's and the Biggies, you know, kind of just repetitively. They're writing, they're just not writing it on a paper.
Exactly. They put it in
like
their
just
head.
keep on saying it over and
Bigger
over.
Figure exercised that shit last week pretty damn good. Fig get down with that punching.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fig get down.
Yeah, we have a new thing on the Hustle Continue podcast. We be having beats because I'm currently
we working on something. Don't reveal it. Don't
you
got haters, man. You take our pearls and trample on them, man.
Let me know
Okay,
when it's my
sure.
time to come shine.
There you go. There you go.
Hey, when y'all watching this, let us know your favorite way to make a song. I want to hear that. Or what do y'all like doing when y'all make a song? Something like that. Let us know that.
Man, this nigga's
And while
ice, man.
while we here, I want to salute.
Coded.
Yeah.
And while we here, I want to salute the DJ and I want to salute the producer. Cause, you know, the canvas that we paint on as artists is it has to be laid. So we appreciate the DJs, we appreciate the Black Marks, we appreciate the Quake Beats. We appreciate
Hella Eerie, Poppin' for Slim.
Yeah.
Everybody at KMBL. Any DJ who ever spent my music.
Shay did it.
Yeah, everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Mike.
If I don't say you, shout out to my DJ right now, DJ West Coast. He's a superstar. He could produce. He could MC, he could DJ, and he could engineer.
Wow.
Shout out to Big Rich.
And he a performer. Yep. Shout out to them. Shout out to 1015.
Toriano, baby.
And hit the button and subscribe while you here, man.
Come on, man.
Hit the button, man.
If you doing anything positive, shout out to you. Yeah, man. That's what we put out.
Film on style,
Come
man.
on,
It's
man.
all love, man. Hey, man, we be here all day with Stunnaman.
We will. We're going to have him back.
You gotta have him back.
His journey is just beginning.
Yeah.
But you did mention that you was in the middle, and I just want to say this. As a businessman, as a entrepreneur, as a father, as a creator, what I'm always trying to do is align myself up with people. Let me just say it this way. I'm going to always have a mentor, and I'm going to always have a mentee.
Right.
That way I'll stay in the middle. I don't get corny because I got a youngster coming up that I'm bringing along, but he got that young flavor in that game. Maybe it's technology, whatever. So I'm going to get that. And then I'm going to have a mentor, someone who has been there before me successfully, that has a tangible result from what the fuck they trying to teach me.
Right.
And also a tangible result doesn't have to always have been a positive outcome. Because you can learn how to not be a drug addict by watching a drug addict.
Hello.
You understand that?
Yeah.
So if you're in the middle, make sure you get somebody at the top and then have somebody behind you. Yep, and I think
Man,
you'll
pull
be
them all next to you.
Keep spreading love too. I'm
That's
gonna
what
say that
I'm
to
doing
you.
right now.
Keep spreading love.
Absolutely.
Come on,
Yeah.
got
Don't
to.
let nobody steal your
Love and
joy.
positivity.
And
Yeah.
you keep spreading love, because love it conquer all, man.
No, for
You know,
sure.
people that try to make you want to hate and look at your people cross-eyed, usually they're miserable people themselves. They not. They wake up looking for wrong. At the hustle continues, we wake up looking for right, because we know what trouble is.
Right.
We know what a gun in your mouth
and
is.
also-
we know, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
We know what trouble is. We also know what happiness
the
is.
journey, everyone may not last.
Facts.
Every relationship may not be forever. There are ones that are for the season. You'll know which ones are for the long term. That's it.
Yeah, some people for a season, some people for
For
a
a
reason.
reason.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let the people know all your socials.
Man, come follow me, Stunnaman02. That's on all platforms. STUNNAMAN02. Man, I am O2. Why? Because I spit oxygen gas. Man, come on.
Thank
That's the
you. I was
chemical
gonna ask you
symbol.
that.
Listen to this though. Just a little tidbit, and I won't share it all.
Right there with you.
But I heard you say one time that you kind of brought your name together, paying a certain amount of homage to
from
the original.
To Keith, yeah.
Right.
The Stunnaman from the pack.
And so I discovered Young L.
Yep.
I just leave that right there. Honest
Oh, you
Bob,
did?
Young
Yeah.
Oh,
L.
that's raw, yeah.
Yeah.
She brought them
Pink
t-shirt.
Dolphin. Come
Yeah.
on, man.
So we'll
By way
talk
of
about
Fillmore.
Yeah,
we'll,
that's
we'll
crazy.
talk about that
By way
later.
of Fillmore.
Shout out
That's
my nephews in the pack. Shout out Young L. Shout out Stunnaman. Shout out Lil B, the bass guy. He just texted me. He said he
Uno.
coming.
That's my nigga.
Yeah.
Say he coming through.
And shout out Uno and his
Uno.
pops.
Yeah, man, we love
Come on,
Uno.
one of the
His
most
pops.
influential groups in the world of all
A
time.
little be my
Yeah.
little nigga, man.
Man,
You
that's
feel me?
dope. Yeah, Lil B is a solid dude.
Send them out, man, and let them know the hustle continues.
Hey, look, the hustle continues. That's what we do every day. We hustle, and then we hustle till we CEOs. That's what we doing right now. Black entrepreneurship, black tech, black respect. We doing everything. And when you got that mentality, you waking up positive, you pushing to overcome adversity,
Yep.
and you elevating everything. We call that a special mentality. As the hustle continues, when you develop that mentality to break your mind and be great, you know what that's called? That's called still winning. We outside. Come on, man.
Hey.
Hustle continues.
You did that.
Oh, damn. I try to throw it.